Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Octio Studio, and this is my collage face that I did for day 6 of the 29 Faces Challenge by Ayala Art. I will put a link to her blog in the description box below so that you can find it if you want to join in. It's not too late, it's never too late. I'm not making videos of every single face, only the ones that I think are different or interesting or have a learning curve. So I'm doing all my faces on shipping tags because that's what I started out with when I was traveling. I had shipping tags with me, and so I started with that, and I'm actually really happy with it. It's making a cute little flip book. Really like that. So I'm continuing to do that, and I had to order some more shipping tags off of Amazon the other day. So now I have plenty when they come today. By FedEx before 8 p.m. it says. So today is actually day 8 and I haven't made my face yet because I've been editing videos. But this one I decided, you guys who are my regular viewers, fans, whatever you want to say. I don't know if you guys are fans. Are you fans? I don't know. Anyway, I do a lot of paper painting collage. And I decided to try to make a face doing that. I have never tried that before because faces are complicated. They have such rounded forms and shading and so much variation in color, and so I just have never tried it. I've done all kinds of animals. I've done all kinds of stuff with paper painting. I guess I did a vampire girl and she would have had a face, but it was so small that it wasn't as complicated as trying to do it, in this style. So I, of course, got out my color boxes. These are plastic boxes that came with mini cinnamon rolls my mom likes to buy, and she saves the boxes for me. And then I sort my scraps by color and put them in these boxes. And so this one that you see here in the corner is probably the purpley pinks. And I'm just picking out different scraps that I want to use. These text and, tissues, deli paper is going to be for the eyeballs. It's okay if they're not pure white. It's okay. Texture and pattern is all what collage is about. So I took a piece of it's a scrap piece of deli paper that was on my desk, and I went over the tag and picked out certain areas that I wanted to collage separately. When I first started paper painting, probably 2 years ago, I did everything by tearing little tiny pieces and putting them along the lines, and it was very tedious and time consuming. And then I figured out that I could do it this way, that I kind of created a new method of paper painting by using deli paper, which is very thin. You could also use tissue paper, and taking certain pieces out and collaging them separately and then cutting them out and kind of paper painting with paper piecing all together with under the entire umbrella of collage. It's kind of its own species, but this is the way that I do it because it saves me time and frustration. Paper painting is relaxing to me. I like to do this a lot, but the trying to line something up along a line when you're tearing paper and you don't have a straight edge is a little bit frustrating. So this is the way that I do it now, and I figured I could do this on the face. So the trick is probably figuring out which sections you want. Like, not only did I need an eyeball, I also needed an iris, and I also needed the area above the eye, which is a shaded area. I wanted that to be separate. The hair I did in multiple pieces because it's the same as that whole thing I was talking about the other day about drawing, is you start to see things as shapes rather than the whole. And so making the decision on which things are going to be on top of which things and which things are going to be separate and how I'm going to do this is probably the trickiest part. I forgot eyebrows, so then I had to go back and figure out that I'm going to need eyebrows and do those. And then I thought, well, I probably need the whole face at some point. And, you know, it wasn't as easy as you would think. And I'm still not sure if I like it. However, a lot of response on this one. I posted it on Facebook and Instagram, and people love this one. So whatever I did, I guess I did it right. You know, I'm extremely self-critical. That's one of the things I'm trying to work on, but it's just my personality. Or my upbringing, maybe. I just, I don't think that I do things very well, but other people do. And that's the reason, that's a big reason for why I make YouTube videos, because I get so much positive feedback. You know, it helps me, it helps my self-esteem to hear you guys tell me that I'm doing a good job. So please leave me a comment below. Yeah, do that. So I just continue on. Now I'm working on like the entire face as a whole, but then I'll be putting some of these other pieces over it once it's glued to the tag. I don't know. Am I making it too complicated? I don't know. Anyway, that was the first piece I did, so it's pretty dry now. I'm using Liquitex gel medium using a crappy old brush to apply this, and I probably should have used a fluid medium, but I didn't. I ended up getting some, I don't know, lumps and bubbles, which may have been better with a fluid medium. I wouldn't have gotten so many, maybe. Also, I was impatient. I was doing this quickly. I wasn't as careful as I could be in application. I probably could have, smoothed it more with a straight edge or something, because I did end up getting these, I don't know, bumps, which I could have probably solved the problem had I been less focused on making the face and more focused on the technique of doing collage, I guess is what I'm saying. I wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to see how it would come out. And people on Facebook think she looks like Selma Hayek, the actress. I don't know if she does or doesn't. I think it's the eyes, probably. The eyes are kind of a heavy-lidded, by the time I'm done. Not right now, but by the time I'm done, they're kind of bedroom eyes, big, heavy-lidded, sexy eyes. Sexy. So, yeah. This is my technique. This is how I do this, and I hope that it helps someone, and maybe you guys try it out. I don't know if you will or won't. I think you should start your scraps, though. That's a good plan. So now I'm going to work on the hair, and I decided she's going to have dark hair, so I'm just pulling out things that have dark gray or black. And I really am enjoying this piece of underpaper that has the scribbles on it. That is just from, that's Posca pen from, getting it started, or maybe the Posca pen was running out a little bit and I was just making little swirls on my underpaper. Back when I used to use that type of underpaper. It's like a newsprint. And it actually is pretty fun for collage, that little bit. And then I have some tissue, printed tissue. I've got some map. I've got some corrugated looking paper, some music paper, some scrapbook paper, just, bits and bobs, things that are around. I need to go and get some cleaning up in my room and pick up a lot of the scraps that are on the ground right now. Because I'm impatient. I don't sit there and fuss about what my studio looks like. I just throw stuff on the ground when I'm, when I'm in the heat of battle. I don't be too concerned about my scraps. If they're on the desk, I put them in the bin from scraps from the desk, which I sometimes do projects from that bin. And if they're on the floor, they're on the floor. And then I go and I pick them up at some point and sort them by color if I think they're going to be usable, and put them in my color boxes. And then I store all those little color boxes on a shelf, and I can see through the plastic to which kind of color it is, and I can pull it off the shelf when I need it. So there's the beginning of her hair. I've got it in 3 different pieces. There's the big piece, and then there's a smaller piece, and then another piece under her chin on the left side. So that's how I did it in sections. Still not happy with her nose at this point, and I do fuss with that quite a bit. Also, my little pencil drawings aren't showing up particularly well on the black, and so I end up having to repair that one, but I didn't cut it correctly because I couldn't see the pencil marks of where I traced. I should have probably done it in black, and then I could have seen them better, but that's a hazard, you know, that's a hazard of something that happens when you do this. So I just create another little piece to put there and just glue it on because, you know, collage, you can put something on top of something else, on top of something else, and so on and so forth. So it's not a problem. Also, there's a little section down there that I thought needed to be extended. You can always change it. You can always glue more things on top if you want to. So this was fun. I think you guys should try to collage your face. I would like to see how yours turns out because it was a different process for sure. So then I decided that I want more definition, and so since I still cannot find my Stabilo All pencil, you could definitely do this with the Stabilo instead of the ink tints if you don't have the ink tints. This is the black ink tints pencil, which is a water-soluble pencil, so you can blend it with water, but that once it's dry, it's permanent. And so I use these pencils for things, but in this case, you could have used the Stabilo All, which is what I would have used had I been able to find the darn thing. It's so short and it's gotten lost, so I need to get a new one, I guess. Just going to have to suck it up and get a new one. I'll get it from Amazon. So I'm just adding the pencil in and blending with the water barrel brush. It has water in the handle that comes out through the bristles, so you don't have to keep dipping. It's a handy little tool to use for a lot of different things. And I'm adding quite a bit of black. I didn't know I was going to do this, but then I'm still fussing about her nose. Her nose doesn't look right, and I don't know what to do about it. I try cutting out paper in a minute to try to fix it up, but I don't love it. Still don't love it. That's the thing that I don't like about this piece, I think. But adding in the pencil does really bring out the definition of the features and adds more shading where maybe my paper wasn't quite dark enough. I tried to shade with the paper, obviously, but it's pretty complex, and in some places I didn't get it as dark as I wanted. So since the pencil going over the top is translucent, it still shows the patterns of the paper underneath it, but just darkens it up. It's kind of like glazing. It's the same type of a concept of glazing. I could have done glazing. That would have been fun. Maybe the next time I'll do that. I don't know. So here I'm trying to create a new highlight for the top of her nose using a piece of paper. Can't get the shape right. Sorry, had to yawn. Now you guys are all yawning. I just couldn't get the shape right. I was just kept fussing with it. So then I got out my white Posca pen and decided to try to lighten it up with that. And I blended my Posca pen while it was still wet using my water barrel brush. Because that works great, actually. You can blend it with your finger too, but if you want some more precise blending of your Posca, you can use your water brush for sure. And lightening up her eyeballs and things like that. I still wanted the pattern to show, so blending it with the water brush helps the Posca pen be more translucent because that is an opaque acrylic paint inside those pens. So this is where I started to get happier. Eyelids. She needed eyelids. That's what it was. She needed eyelids. I didn't like it until I put the eyelids on. So I just cut those out of paper and put those on, and then her eyes looked so much better after that. And I just glued those. I didn't get the stuff back out. I just glued those with tacky glue. And I ended up eventually putting a white piece of paper on the very end of her nose, but I don't think it's in the footage. Also, I put some of those scraps of tissue, printed tissue, over the background as well, which I don't think made it into the footage. I think that's, sometimes I think I'm done and I turn off the camera and then I think, oh no, wait, I still need to do blah, 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 whatever. So if you're enjoying this video, please remember to give a thumbs up because that helps me out. Leave me a comment so I know you're here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to turn on that little ringy ding bell to get notifications of when I make a new video, which is usually every other day, unless something happens and I don't. I don't have a contract. No one's forcing me to do it, so some days I just might not. I don't know. And of course, share if you like this. Pin it on your Pinterest board or share it on Facebook or something like that. All those things really help out my channel because it tells Facebook that I'm doing, or not Facebook, oh my gosh, YouTube, that I'm doing something that people like, and they recommend it to other people who might like the same thing who haven't found me yet. So that always helps. So then I did end up coming in with a little bit of the black Posca pen. I mean, if I already got the white on there, I might as well try the black. It's more precise than the pencil because I haven't sharpened the pencil. The pencil I was using for blending, and the Posca is more of a lining. So I just keep fussing with it until I decide, okay, I need to stop fussing. Quit fussing. I could fuss forever. I really could. Yep, just forever and ever and ever. I put some blue pencil in the background, but then I ended up collaging over the top of it. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.